Ethan?
Так. Где-то, я так понимаю, в лесу. И кто-то ищет Итана Фореста. Они что, в прятки играют?
I couldn't find him. Could you?
Судя по всему, да. По секрету он стоит вон за той толстой елкой. За толстой елкой. Слева от вас.
Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I win.
Congratulations, your lordship.
Обнимашки.
It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
Насколько я знаю, он сильный.
I don't know what he did to get
Или с
sent
ним
away
ничего не
like that.
случится, потому что есть
He won't
амулет.
get hurt.
You got hurt by those Whitehill men. No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
He doesn't know me or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
Серьезно.
Everyone should know how to fight.
Ну, уговорили.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything.
Ну а что вы хотели? Родрик, первый
Promise me
сын,
you won't be like that.
будущий
Please,
лорд,
just
должен был
you.
быть, по крайней мере.
I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
Скажем вот так.
I want to get angry, but I may have to. Father did sometimes.
But you're nice. Everybody says that about you.
But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
As many as you'd like, yes.
Really?
Of course. Why not?
На самом деле это шутка. Рион, никаких сладостей не будет. Только геркулесовая кашка. Труба зовет, друзья. Труба зовет.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the lord.
Придется,
I'm
чё?
the lord.
Чё уж
I would
теперь?
command Ethan to stay
Чё уж
with
теперь?
his family.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Не грустите без меня.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here.
Честно говоря, нет.
I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more
Так-то
reason
да,
to stand up
так-то
for
да.
ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Так. А вот я так понимаю, и он сам. Собственной персоной. Со всей своей свитой.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house.
Ну,
but to his
только
family,
из-за
still a
вежливости.
loss.
Только из-за вежливости.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting
это
for
вот-
this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
Это вот вообще не круто
My
было.
father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oath breakers.
Aye. And look where that got him.
Какой отвратительный человек,
No
а.
bread and salt. What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt. It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries. You cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
We all serve House Bolton now.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You
Что?
squandered your share.
Our share was
Вот это
taken
вот
from us.
вообще не
We had no
бывать.
fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
Garrett was only defending himself.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers.
Ах ты скотина,
Soldiers
а.
worth 100 of their
Ты начинаешь меня
time.
бесить.
Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
He was sent to the wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer me! Who's the one who did it?
I did.
What? That was my justice to deliver, boy. And you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honourable men.
Так-то да.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady.
О,
Considering
сразу
your
заменился
losses and all.
голосок.
This is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That
Да
the
хоть
new
20
Lord
воронов.
Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Do as you like, Lord Whitehill.
Ну, в общем, как-то так. Поговорили, конечно. Пошел нахер. Вроде неплохо получилось. Для 15-летнего.
He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Мира, мира, мира. А, Мира! Точно, возможно, сейчас ее покажут. О, да. Красный замок.
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Да-да-да, это хороший шанс для нас так-то. Так. Мы в каком-то помещении, судя по всему, что-то типа подсобки. Для служанки. Или, может, покоя, я не знаю. Судя по интерьеру, на покое не очень похоже. Скорее, личная комната. Миры. Так, что тут у нас есть? Юнгайская монетка.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Да-да-да. Так. Брошь из Хайтардена.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Да, подарок хороший, очень даже. Так, давайте посмотрим на амулетик из, скорее всего, железноствол.
Ethan made this for me.
Очень мило с его стороны. И незаконченное письмо. Прочесть.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Интересно, знает ли она, что письмо уже, так сказать, не дойдет? Ну, по крайней мере, до отца. До матери-то дойдет, может быть, еще. А вот до отца вряд ли. Так, что тут у нас еще есть интересненького? Старая пыльная книга.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Эх.
I hope to see them all someday.
Не будем ее огорчать тем, что она уже не увидится. Ну, по крайней мере, с Родриком и с отцом точно. Так. И что необычно в этом котелке? То, что там пусто и нет ничего? Я так понимаю. Так, ладненько. Что тут у нас еще может быть интересно? Вот в той части комнаты, где шкафчик. Я так понимаю, ничего. Налево пройти нельзя. Нет, можно пройти. И посмотреть в окошко даже можно. Шикарно.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Да. Вот остается только вздыхать. И перечитывать письмо по нескольку раз. Кстати, письмо от матери.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ну да. Кто там? Можно заходить? Или погодите, я должна открыть дверь сначала. Точнее. Здесь типа заперто.
One moment.
Нет, не заперто.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Здравствуй.
I can come back later if you'd like.
Да заходи, чё уж
No,
теперь.
it's fine. Come in.
Вопрос только, кто это? А, он принес воду, я так понимаю. Или что? Что он кладет? А, уголь кладет, точнее.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright?
Честно говоря, не
If
очень.
you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie?
Ну,
I may be wrong,
ты слишком много
but it feels
спрашиваешь.
like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
Ну, что-то типа того.
I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
Да-да-да, та самая Серсея.
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Да.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know.
Спасибо большое.
Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Да, полезно иметь таких друзей, которые все видят и слышат. Как там говорил один лорд, маленькие пташки? О,
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
да-да-да, конечно. Уже иду.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Опаньки, вот это вообще не
She was
здорово.
very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you and, by extension, me.
Да, Серсея-то еще зараза.
She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but
Больное
she's
самолюбие.
waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her.
О,
I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with
что
Cersei
конкретно я
with the
должна
wedding
сказать?
so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her.
ага.
Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Ну, постараюсь, но не обещаю. Как,
See
как
if the
пойдет,
Queen
в общем.
Regent is ready to receive us.
Блин, шикарное платье с вырезом на спине. А. Хотя вырез спереди намного лучше. Не так ли, стражник? Ладно, все.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Ну да, такая игра называется. Игра престолов.
Good luck.
Спасибо. Как там говорил один человек, не помню, правда, какой именно, актер говорил так, что если обязательный персонаж вызывает желание убить его, значит, актер сыграл очень хорошо. Вот это я хочу сказать о Серсее. Оу, а это Случайно не полумуж ли сидит справа?
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Тирион Ланнистер.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Ах ты скотина.
Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps
Да.
you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Ладно, выберу
The
третий
girl
вариант,
can
чтобы не
speak for her
бесить.
house.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
Чтобы не бесить ее.
And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
They were the wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did name Joffrey as the one true king.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Да, конечно.
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Это же не то, о чем я подумал.
Does seem rather unique.
Our talent is unrivaled, Your Grace. Forrester Ironwood is highly sought after in the Seven Kingdoms.
So I'm told. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you?
Ну,
Ask any Lannister,
да.
and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
это вопрос?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure
Let
she
the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
Чё, ты настаиваешь? Ах. Ладно, не буду ее бесить и выберу по поводу короля. Так-то. Прости, пожалуйста, Маргари.
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Лорд Тирион.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Нужно было выбрать
Of
Маргарет.
course, Your Grace.
Так-то. Нужно было. Вернее как. Язык мой сказал, но на самом деле это неправда нифига. Вот так. Сердцем и душой я с Маргарет.
I'll walk you out.
А может, не стоит?
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters.
Так, а мастер над монетой, я так понимаю, Тирион.
Wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Ну да, ну да. И неизвестно, на какую гадость наступишь. Серсей, например, одна, чего только стоит. Фу. Ну, Маргарита, наверное, знает, что я как бы ни за что, никогда, ничего. Что я сказала, что я предана королю только потому, что...
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun.
Прости.
Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine.
Мечтать не вредно.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Нет.
He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
Нет, ни за что.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and... What are you doing?
Простите. Лично я ничего.
Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about. This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over.
Я тоже, честное слово. Пусть мне пришлось сказать кое-что не очень хорошее, но все-таки.
There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
Есть не
You were
такое.
brave agreeing
Есть
to obey
такое.
the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Все-таки попросим.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Вы уверены?
About my family.
I trust her.
Ну хорошо, хорошо. Нет, давай наедине совсем.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Совсем-совсем наедине. Потому что это все очень сложно и тяжело. Прости, я ничего не имею против тебя. Не обижайся, пожалуйста. Эх, сэра. Злопамятная
Go
сэра.
on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
Кажется, да.
Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother.
Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Ну да.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Спасибо большое. Хотя, судя по и эмоции, она сама не рада тому, что согласилась. Так, Королевский тракт, Волчий лес. И кажется, кого-то где-то убивают. Вот вечно так происходит на Королевском тракте. Херь какая-то. Ох ты ж, блин.
Let's play a little game, shall we?
О, наш старый знакомый.
Ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat.
Тот самый кровожадный Рамси, я так понимаю. Да.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice.
А, типа они могут меня обнаружить, если что.
Bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets, but the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father was the Warden of the North.
Блин.
He does now.
Кровожадный засранец, а?
How much further
Псих какой-то просто.
To these foresters.
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
Ой-ой.
What was that?
Веточка не вовремя хрустнула.
Shh. Listen.
Кажется, у нас будут проблемы сейчас.
There.
Ай-яй.
Hear that?
Да это просто белка.
I know I heard something.
Я не буду бежать, пожалуй. Это бесполезно. Он только услышит меня.
Never mind.
Отлично. По-моему, это сработало.
We've wasted enough time already.
Уходи, уходи отсюда. Да. В этот раз нам повезло. Да. Вот когда эта вся королевская срать доберется до замка Форестеров, я думаю, ничего хорошего не будет. Таки они его убили или оставили просто помирать? И может быть все-таки получится его спасти, нет? Уважаемый, вы меня слышите? Уважаемый, скажите что-нибудь. Вы живы? Эй! О-о.
Proud Lord said that I must bow so low. Only a cat of a different coat, that's all the truth I